Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will show you how to set up policy-based routing using route rules and ECMP load balancing and failover in MikroTik RouterOS version 7. Without further ado, let's get started. I have here a topology. For this demonstration, I use MikroTik Hex. We have primary ISP in Ethernet 1 and it is PPPoE. Secondary ISP in Ethernet 2 and it is DHCP. Ethernet 3 and 4 is our bridge LAN A and Ethernet 5 is our bridge LAN B. Bridge LAN A has a network address of 192.168.10.0/24 and bridge LAN B has a network address of 192.168.20.0/24. If my computer is connected to LAN A network, my traffic should be routed to ISP1. And if my computer is connected to LAN B network, my traffic should be routed to ISP2. And if one of the ISP is down, all the traffic should be redirected to the other ISP automatically. This kind of setup is what we will simulate in this video. I already made a video regarding ECMP configuration in RouterOS version 7. I'll put the link in the description box below. Let's access now our MikroTik device. I am done doing the basic configuration and ECMP configuration. Let's check our routing tables. As what you can see here, I made two routing tables. One for LAN A network and the other for LAN 2 network. Let's check also in IP, then routes. As you can see, it's already configured. These two routes is for our default routes, which is our ECMP route, active static ECMP. These other two routes is for our monitoring, and these other two routes is for our LAN A and LAN B network. I assigned 1.1.1 public DNS address on ISP1 and I assigned 208.67.222.222 for our ISP2. For the route rules configuration, we will go to routing, then rules, click plus. For the source address, input here the network address of LAN A. In this case, it's 192.168.10.0/24. Then for the table, select LAN A routing table. Apply, then OK. Click plus again. Then for the source address, input here the network address of LAN B. For the table, choose LAN B routing table, then apply, then OK. These two rules ensures that clients that has a network address of 192.168.10.0 will be routed to LAN A, and clients that has a network address of 192.168.20.0 will be routed to LAN B. After we created these rules, both LAN A and LAN B network cannot communicate to each other. Let's try to do ping test. Ping 192.168. Let's check first our IP address. This laptop has an IP address of 192.168.20.254. So when I try to ping the gateway of LAN A, it's unreachable. If we disable this one, it will be reachable by default. So when we add these two rules, these two networks cannot communicate to each other. So we need to add another rules. So click plus. For the source address, input here the network address of LAN A. And for the destination address, input here the network address of LAN B. Then table main. Apply, then OK. Click plus again. For the source address, input here the network address of LAN B. And for the destination address, input there the network address of LAN A. Click apply, then OK. Make sure that you will make these rules on top. Route rules also works in top to bottom sequence, so we want that these rules will be applied first. So when we do ping test again, we can now successfully reach the LAN A network. Let's disconnect for now the Winbox. Then connect again. If we try to access our MikroTik device using the IP address, we cannot connect it. For this to work, we will add another route rules. So for now, let's access via MAC address. Click plus again. For the source address, input here the network address of LAN A. And for the destination address, the network address of LAN A as well. Apply, then OK. Click plus again. For the source address, input here the network address of LAN B. And for the destination address as well. Apply, then OK. Make these two rules on top. Let's test. I will disconnect the Winbox. Let's access again. We will try to connect the MikroTik device using the IP address. Connect. We successfully access now the MikroTik device using the IP address. What we'll do next is to configure NetWatch. NetWatch is a tool used to monitor the state of host on the network. So, click Tools, the NetWatch. Let's access the IP routes. Click plus. For the name, we'll put a name ISP1 monitor. We will use NetWatch to monitor the uptime and downtime of our two ISP. So for ISP1, we put a monitoring IP of 1.1.1.1. So we will put that one in the NetWatch for the host. 1.1.1.1. Then we will just use the default values. Simple, type simple. Then for the interval, I will use 10 seconds. Then for the up tab, input here these commands. IP route, enable, find comment, ISP1, semicolon, IP route, enable, find comment, ISP1, route. profit. We will copy that one, input it in down tab. We will change the enable to disable. This means that when NetWatch cannot reach the host 1.1.1 with an interval of 10 seconds, then this script will trigger. It will disable this route and this route if NetWatch cannot reach the 1.1.1 IP. And if NetWatch successfully ping the 1.1.1 IP, then for the up tab, this commands will trigger. It will enable again the routes that was disabled. Click apply, then okay. Click plus again. Host tab, we will name this one ISP2 monitor. Host, the public DNS address that we assigned for our ISP2. In our case, it's 208.67.222.222. For the interval, 10 seconds. For the up, we will just copy the previous. We will change this to ISP2. For the down as well. Click apply, then okay. If NetWatch cannot reach 208.67.222 and this commands will trigger, it will disable these routes. And if NetWatch can reach again the 208.67.222.222, then these commands will trigger. It will enable the routes that was previously disabled. Click apply, then okay. Let's now test the connection. My laptop is in the LAN B network. Therefore, if it's LAN B network, it will be routed by default based on the route tools to ISP2. Let's test. Let's do trace route to verify that this laptop is routed to ISP2. So what you can see, we are routed to ISP2. Let's do continuous ping. I will now simulate an internet downtime on ISP2, and the cause of the downtime is in the ISP side due to fiber cut. NetWatch now will monitor the public DNS address assigned to ISP2 monitor. I will now simulate a fiber cut. Observe the NetWatch. So as you can see, the NetWatch status is down. failover will work. Alright, as what you can see, it's now reachable again. When we do trace route, we are now routed to ISP1. I will do ping test again. Then I will simulate that the fiber cut is restored in the ISP side. Observe the netwatch. ISP2 monitor IP is now up. And we are now routed again to ISP2. This is it, guys, on how to set up policy-based routing using route rules and ECMP load balancing and failover in MikroTik Router OS version 7. If you find this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Please also hit that notification bell so you can be notified to my new videos. Bye for now and have a nice day.